if Dallas was going to make it a game, this is when they did it. Third quarter, Doncic hits his second three in a couple of minutes. It becomes an 8-point game. Missoula calls the timeout. And no, that was not some next-level coaching there, folks. That was basketball, where you have a 29-point lead. It gets whittled to 8, so you call timeout. 101. The amount of times I've heard people say today, wow, Missoula had his finger on the pulse there.
Yeah, it was a great timeout.
Breathtaking timeout.
Jesus Christ. you give away a 29-point lead, you call timeout. It's just what you do. And then they came out of the break and they ISO'd Tatum and he missed. So, one like some sort of genius ATO there that got you back into it. But what happens is he misses, Tatum misses, Lively gets the rebound and panics. Starts spinning around. Mazz said he traveled twice. I think on that sequence, he traveled twice and should have been called for an offensive foul.
Probably.
Because he starts swinging his elbows and Porzingis takes a little bit of a dive. But watch this. We're showing it. There's travel one. He knocks down Porzingis, travels twice, gets whistled, and then goes, what did I do? What do you mean, what did you do? You did absolutely nothing right. You traveled twice and knocked down Porzingis, and so, all right. So that was an 8-point game.
Yep.
If Lively just holds his water there and just holds the ball for a second and calms down, Dallas comes back down with a chance to make it a 6 or a 5-point game. Instead, he panics, travels. Then the Celtics get the ball back. Jaylen Brown goes to the rim, gets fouled by Lively, goes right at Lively. Lively fouls him. Brown misses the second of 2 free throws. So again, the momentum hasn't quite stopped. It's now a 9-point game.
They only got 1 point out of it.
Brown has just missed a free throw. Mavericks come back down. That's when Kyrie Irving traveled in the lane. Bad turnover.
That was a bad one, too.
Another bad, panicky play by Kyrie Irving.
That one from a veteran guy.
Celtics come back down. Porzingis misses the 3. But Tatum gets the offensive rebound. That's when he fed Porzingis for the dunk. Mavs come back down. Kyrie Irving misses a wide open 3. Wide open 3. He missed it. Celtics come back down. Lively fouls Brown again. Brown makes both free throws this time. Now it's a 13-point game. And this is a sequence now where Jaylen Brown had a couple big blocks at the rim. Celtics hit a couple of threes, Tatum and Horford. And next thing you know, it's back to 18-19 ball game. And it's like Doncic was hardly involved there. Certainly in that sequence. So those 2-3 possessions right there. Mavs make it 8. Tatum misses. Lively gets a rebound, but travels. Brown misses 1 of 2. Mavs come down. Kyrie Irving travels. Porzingis misses the 3, but Tatum gets the offensive rebound, feeds Porzingis for the dunk. Now it's back up to 13. And that's right. If Dallas had a chance, that was it right there. And Irving killed him in that sequence. Irving that wasn't just the only open 3. He missed 2 open 3s in that portion of the game. PJ Washington missed a wide open 3 in that portion of the game. Irving had the travel turnover. Dallas was this close to really making it a game in there.
No, that sequence was it. And look, I'll just add quickly that coming out of the timeout, I'll tell you what I liked about the play. It wasn't a 3. They went to the rim. Now, Tatum didn't finish it, which brings me to point number 2. I would love to see a stat, if there is such a thing, on finish percentage at the rim. And that can be either a bucket or a foul. Mm-hmm. Either or. I'm willing to bet Jaylen Brown is way higher than Jason Tatum.
Definitely.
It feels that way.
He's stronger down there.
It feels like when he goes in there, he absorbs the contact and either makes it or gets a foul and gets free throws. Now, whether he makes the free throws is a different thing entirely. And Tatum is better at it than he used to be. But that attempt when he went in there was kind of, I don't want to say soft, but wasn't strong enough. It was weak because he kind of fell to the side and threw the ball off the glass and it went carried over to the other side without ever hitting the rim. Brown gets the rim almost every time or gets drilled in the process.
So just going down my list again, I thought rim protection was a huge issue on both ends. You did it, they didn't. Your rim protection between Porzingis and then Jaylen Brown in the third quarter was huge. Difference making. The Mavs did not get a single lob dunk, and they led the league or the playoffs in that coming into the game. So you took that away from them. That was huge. The shooting, the Mavs shooting in general, woof. 7 of 27 from behind the line. 41% from the floor. PJ Washington 0 for 3. And what stood out to me, and I just eyeballing it, I thought a lot of them were open. I thought they were open threes they were missing. Not necessarily contested or hands in your face, just the Celtics conceded them and they missed them, and the numbers back me up. The Mavericks on open and wide open threes, meaning more than 4 feet of room between the shooter and the defender. 6 of 24, 25%. So you can't say those were good defense. As Chris Gasper mentioned earlier, you could say, well, the Celtics let him have the three-pointers beyond the break, and what he means by that, obviously, is where the arc, the elbow extended, begins. The corner three is where the line is straight along, obviously, the sidelines. So beyond the break, they give them to him because they know the Mavs aren't good at shooting that. Okay, if that's strategy, I'll give him credit for it. But the fact is, they were missing open threes, Dallas was. Not just contested threes. They were missing mostly open threes.
They're the type of threes you would take at a shoot-around. Like, they couldn't have been more open.
Especially Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
He had 4 3-pointers where there wasn't someone within 4 feet of him, and he missed all 4. Now, listen, you might be able to bank on that because Kyrie Irving is a freaking mental case playing here, and maybe that's the way it's just going to be. But don't act like you defended him well out there. You gave it to him, and he missed. And so, I mean, that's just what happened. I love the way the game was called. They let him go. There was a lot of physical play in there.
Yeah, they did. I think most of the playoffs has been like that.
I think last night was next level. I thought last night was next level physicality, and I loved it.
Yeah, there was one early on. I remember Doncic got hammered and fell like he was on his ass, and they didn't call it. And, of course, he was barking at the refs. He was barking at the refs for most of the night, but he's been doing that throughout the playoffs. He's been doing that since he came into the league.
Each team had 19 attempts, which is more than I would have thought, but I thought they really let a lot of stuff go, which I loved.
See, and I don't think 19's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not.
Again, no, and it might have been more than you'd expect, or given how the game went. But I would tell you, overall, that's not a lot. I mean, honestly, 10.5. Like, let them go. It's the championship. Fight for it.
And then again, I'll just mention that Dallas did make an adjustment on Porzingis in the second half. And they took away his free throw thing, which is just like putty in his hands. Which he's just like stealing. When you allow him to switch on a guard at the free throw line, it's over. Whether he just shoots over you or passes out of it, it's like that's automatic. And I'm stunned that Dallas let him have it so easily in the first half. Like, have you not been watching? Like, and maybe they just underestimated his physical fitness, as a lot of us did, and they didn't think that he was ready to do it. But first half, they just let him have whatever he wanted there, and that's just not going to work. He's going to eat up those switches at the free throw line if you put a little guy on him. It's over. And in the second half, they played it much differently. And now, again, Lively was part of this, and he took a foul, another one where he's just hand fighting, like it was like he was dancing with Porzingis. But obviously, Kidd or someone there said, do not give him that switch so easily or get him to a different spot. There was a couple times I noticed Porzingis got the switch, but he was on the elbow, not on the free throw line. And it's like, okay, Dallas has figured this out. I want to see if that holds. You know, if they know now we can't give them the free throw line on those switches, is that different for Porzingis? And I wonder if Porzingis is going to run out a little bit too. You know, adrenaline on that first game, sort of Mazz. I don't know if you take long breaks from golf. That first time back, it's like woof.
Oh yeah,
right down the chute, free and easy. You know, it's usually a good day. If that
for a little while anyway.
Yeah, right. Well, then you start playing again, and water reaches its level. But either way, where this was a big adrenaline game for Porzingis, Dallas makes it harder on him. They don't underestimate him like they underestimated him last night. They make it harder on him. Now he's got to duplicate it. I'd be surprised if he does that again in Game 2. So that's a difference. I told you, the path for Dallas getting back in the series is they have to play Porzingis differently. Respect him offensively at the free throw line. Respect him at the rim defensively. He's a good rim protector. You just can't go at him like that. And hit your effing open shots. And it's a different game. I wonder if that's a path.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.